District Attorney Josh Marquis from the No on Measure 91 campaign can't decide if 1980 is relevant.
So feel free to respond.
You used to be able to smoke on planes too, but times have changed, and it's frankly also been 25 years since Inca's been a prosecutor, and never in Oregon. This is not Illinois in 1989. This is not Louisiana in 1960.
Josh Marquis tells us that times have changed. Ms. Frickland's decades of experience in law enforcement are not relevant to Josh Marquis. That was the 1980s. This is Oregon debating marijuana legalization in 2014. Let Josh Marquis use this anecdote from 1980 to explain.
I just want to read you an essay he wrote called Fugitives and Refugees. Some of you may have read it. My first week living in Portland in 1980, I called my grandmother for her birthday. This is from a payphone on the Fred Meyer supermarket on Barber Boulevard, just downhill from my two-bedroom apartment and stoner roommates. My grandmother and I talk until I have no quarters left and the operator cuts the line. This is mid-sentence, and I have no money to call and tell her what happened. Instead, I go home and fire up the bong. The big party bowl smokes like a bonfire of dope, and my roommates are in the kitchen cutting up a small block of hash. There's a knock on the door. It's the police. My grandmother is panicked. Portland's the big city, and she thinks I was mugged on the payphone. She calls the police and begs them to make sure I'm okay. It's impossible the cops don't smell our dope, but all they do is tell me to call home. After a scare like that, the party's over. That's basically the way law enforcement has treated marijuana in Oregon for the last 30 years.
We have a minute left. Hold on, folks.
In the past year, Oregon law enforcement raided the homes and businesses of the owners of 3 medical marijuana dispensaries in Ontario, Tigard, and Medford. These establishments were providing marijuana to legally registered patients, so police lied to get medical marijuana cards to entrap them into marijuana sales felonies. These people, who were all medical marijuana patients themselves, one a new mother, are now all convicted felons because they followed the medical marijuana law. Times have changed, Josh Marquis. It's 2014, and nobody believes your reefer madness anymore. The sky has not fallen in Washington and Colorado. Vote yes on Measure 91. This advertisement produced by The Russ Bevel Show and is not sponsored or endorsed by the Yes on Measure 91 campaign.